in the game.
EA Sports, it's in the game.
Tried leaving where I come from, but always gonna go back. I tried sipping on the, but it's always gonna be. There's things I can't change, like how I was raised. The Bible in my blood and the Bama in my veins. Ain't a pink bouquet in the flower store. I'm okay if I'm a little more dandelion, born to live free, riding on the breeze on a summer night. Tucked back in the weeds, guess that's just me. In a bed of red roses, I'm the one growing up on the wilder side. So if you're tired.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside. Now for the Broncos as they get set here. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Second down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Right back to Mason. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw. Johnson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Nick Bonito in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory.
It's a gain of 48 yards. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Mason going to get it on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the Broncos' 18-yard line.
Back to throw. Johnson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Looking to throw. Johnson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Back to throw. Johnson. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Johnson. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Excellent job there, defend.
Field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And a tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
At the 32-yard line.
Off play action. Johnson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Johnson from the gun on 3rd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was...
Gets set to take over here. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with Mason. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
Back to throw. Johnson flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will make it back to the line of scrimmage, but that is all. 4th down coming up as we reach the 2-minute warning. We've got a 14-3 ball game. Offense takes over possession. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Now Johnson throwing to start the drive. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
Looking to throw. Johnson. That is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Johnson now. A final shot before break. That's down the field for Jefferson. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a... offense, we get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Operating from the gun, Johnson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
And 13.
Back to throw, Johnson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll be Minnesota. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Vikings first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Johnson. Hauled in left side here by Jennings. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one, but let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Now it's 2nd and 10.
John Dave Perrin on the coverage.
Looking to throw. Johnson. Over the middle, complete. It's Mason. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Johnson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off play action. Johnson. He's across midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36.
First down.
Off the play fake. Johnson looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced. in this runaway contest.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
A gain of 10 yards.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Back to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to... Offense set to take over again. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Vikings, first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught out right by Jennings. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Johnson. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
A 7-yard gain. And the Vikings, first down. First and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Mason. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. So this one will wind up a Denver.
Get ready. Something just feels right and old school. First quarter numbers, and now trying to add to those as this next drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. See what they have for 2nd and 7.
At the 9-yard line.
Again, it's Mason, and he's going backwards here. They're going to take him down, back at the 5. They come to the line, needing 11 here on 3rd down. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Hawkinson. And a good job here defensively. Ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive with a Mason run. Trying to find somewhere to go, but the defense with other ideas. They stop him. That'll be no gain.
No gain on the play.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 22-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. That is over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Bears have excellent offensive unit as they get set to take over. They're working from behind here early, trailing final few seconds of this first quarter. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Vikings football as we begin this second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 1 coming up. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This one intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards. And his offense. Getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Vikings.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. That's into the hands of Jordan Mason. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. Ready to get back at it. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here. Needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Vikings 1st down.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They'll come up now again. Good news, it's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's caught once again by Hawkinson. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They got 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Minnesota.
They'll look to throw yet again. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to the air one more time. That's caught left side by Hawkinson. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Justin Jefferson in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Time to dance. Ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Mason. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Gervon Dexter there on the tackle. He'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards.
And while the defender...
Offensive unit, as they get set to take over, they're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he is going to score a pick 6. Ready to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Right back to the air following that pick 6. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. The snow is starting to come as we get to this 2nd down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. To the left side here. Caught by Addison. And a good... Ready to get back at it. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. Here's carry number 1 for Rashad White. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down.
Now this looks like a design run, and he'll work forward for about 4. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bears' 12-yard line.
Jefferson. Touchdown. Let's make their way out to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That one knocked away, and it's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And it'll be 2nd down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He's going to let one fly for Addison. And the Bears are going to take possession.
And really the story of...
Offensive unit, as they get set to take over. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up 2nd down. On the handoff, Mason. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line. Greg, feels like a brief respite here from the snow. There's likely more to come as they get set to work on third down. Contact as he delivered it there, and the pass is incomplete. Good job defensively to make sure he could not find the throwing lane, and it sets up fourth down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. Take over possession of the football. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again. For the Bears, and it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the
as the Vikings
What's up? This is Tajay of the Mighty Souls of Mischief crew. I'm chilling with my man Festo, my man A Plus, and my man O. And right now, we're just maxing in the studio. We're hailing from East Oakland, California, and sometimes it gets a little hectic out there. But right now, we gonna up you on how we just chill.
Dial the 7 digits, call up Bridget, her man's a plus she got fringe, yo, I can dig it. Here's a swig it, you know it's frigid. I got him chilling in the cooler, break out the ruler. Damn, that's the fattest I ever seen. The weather's keen in Cali, it makes it feel like Maui. Now we feel the good vibrations. So many females, so much inspiration. I get inspired by the too. I'll front you. If you hang with the bunk crew, I roam the strip for bones to pick. When I find one and I'm gun, take her home and quickly do this. I need not explain this. A Plus is famous, so get the.
Hey, miss, who's there? I'm through there, no time to do hair. The flicks at 8, so get straight. You look great, let's grub now. Or rub down some flavor later, there's the theater. We in the gut, the cinema was mediocre. Take it to the crib so I can. Kids get broke for their skins when I'm in close range. I throws game at your dip like handball, cause the man's all that, all that. I'm leading chill from 93 till.
Yeah, this is how we chill from 93 till.
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 My black Tims do me well. Yeah. When I see a fool and he says he heard me tell another person's busyness, I cause dizziness until you stop acting like a silly.
Yeah, crews are jealous cause we get props. The cops wanna stop our fun, but the top is where we're dwelling, swelling fat, no sleep. Our work fitting jerks get their sweet under their noses. This bro's quick to hit and flip once I'm chilling cause my crew's close, kid. I posted, most kids accept this at school. I exit cause I'm an exception to the rule. I'm stepping to the cool spots where crews flock to snare a dip or see where the that's plan B, not as poppin'. So I got tens of and go to the open basement. My ace spin, fattening up tracks. Time to get prolific with the whiz kid.
Greenbacks and stacks don't even ask. Who got the facts stacks? We can max pumping fat tracks. Exchanging facts about impacts, cause in facts my freestyle talent overpowers brothers can't hack. Yeah, they lack wit. We got the max
Well, later tonight in November. It's getting set to go. Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And they'll go again with Mason. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. And the Vikings at 2-8 now in the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition,
and the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Third down and 13. Operating from the gun, Johnson. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not neat. Field here for their second drive of the game. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. A handoff to start the drive to Mason. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So from the 37, here's second down and 3.
Second and 3.
Looking to throw. Johnson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 41. Off play action. Johnson under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. Back to throw. Johnson. As they've got it facing a second and long situation. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. A first down marker at the 31. It's third down. Looking to throw. Johnson escaping the pressure right. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. For their next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
they'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Johnson off the play fake. And he's got this to Jefferson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Toss play to Mason. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second and 13. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the... Set to go to work to begin this 3rd quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. 22 yards there, a first down.
22 yards. And the Vikings, first down.
Straight ahead, here's Mason. And a good run here as he'll run it all the way down to the 40-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw. Johnson. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. On the give, it's Mason. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Takes over possession. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Second and 15. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Running left, Mason. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
First down.
They'll run again with Mason. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
At their 48-yard line.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have point.
To take over once again. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start with a run by Mason. Oh, nice move. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
At the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. They'll hand it to Mason. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Johnson. On the screen, this is Mason. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. He did his best to just... Comes Minnesota. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, they're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And he'll take this down inside. And the captain of this offense back onto the field. With his guys trailing here in the fourth, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Humphrey on the coverage.
Back to throw. Johnson eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep him caught.
Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's complete, swings it out to his running back. And he is going to be out of bounds a mile away from that yellow line, and that will become a turnover on downs. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw. For the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late.
Hey, yo, this DJ active right there. This that new Hawaii. Let's go. We tired of the standing online, waiting to get shine. Play the rule book while getting your jewels took. Look what we done spawn, flipping this turf John. Cause we ain't in the waiting for you to send a payment. Get yours. Come on. Cause I'ma get
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation.
Takes over possession. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Brings up second and
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over once again. Previous drive, first pass he put in the air was intercepted. Good news, it didn't lead to anything. Defense forced the punt, as now they begin here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. You talk about the defense for these Chargers. Well, they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Looking to throw. Johnson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Jefferson has his first catch. He also has a first down.
And the Vikings first down.
To the right goes Mason. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
He was taken down
from the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
He'll keep it himself. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
A gain of 5. First down, Minnesota.
On the run is Mason. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Right back to Mason. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Johnson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37.
First down, Vikings.
Off the play fake. Johnson. Going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
A gain of 14. And the Vikings first down.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mason on the toss. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Johnson. He gets it to Addison. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed. Works their way back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
At the 19-yard line.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Here's Mason. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38.
Now Mason. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. There he goes, right side. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
And I love how you use the word fortuitous there, because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pass complete to Addison. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Johnson. That is caught. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
8-yard pickup. First down, Vikings.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tui Pelotu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Johnson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, they have that one. Offense, we get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Now both sides searching for adjustments. Oh, it stays up. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 20. Back to the Vikings offense. Now, this game has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They go play action here on first down. This is caught by Addison. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And the Vikings first down.
Off play action. Johnson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's Johnson. Off play action. That is into the hands of Hawkinson downfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mason. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. They get ready to head back on the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Now Johnson throwing to start the drive. He lets one go deep for Addison, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys are going to take off. Caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. I mean, we could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, he did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Johnson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Jordan Addison, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And they will finally get him as he's all the... These lower scoring games, you know better than anybody. And points are at such a premium, but take...
Game ends, the questions begin. As the season begins,
The temperatures outside routinely topping. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. He'll get in behind his blockers to get forward for a pickup of 3. Malachi starts there for the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Jordan Mason. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Gain of 21 yards.
QB will survey the defense on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Mason. He's taken down just shy of the 10. That's a gain of 60, and this offense is humming. A 1st down.
And the Vikings 1st down.
A run once more with Mason. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. This one caught at the 4. To the goal line and in. Justin makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Now faking the give. The pressure gets there and down he goes. Come to the line, got some work to do now. It is 2nd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. He's uncomfortable. This receiver couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Now, screen set up from Mason. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for them. Getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive with a Mason run. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
7-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. To the right side, he's got Hopkins, his tight end. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Of 12. 1st down, Minnesota.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A give, and in comes Mason. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. This drive started to take some nice shape. Another 1st and 10 here.
1st down, Vikings.
Again, it's Mason, and that'll be a pickup of 3.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass. offensive unit as they get set to take over. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Mason. And he's trying to get upfield, but cannot do it. Now backwards to the 2. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. And nothing doing there. Might get it out to the 2, but that's all. 3rd and 11. A run. And here's Mason. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their 2nd. As they'll discuss what's to come. This 4th down is looming. Get it one final time in this first half. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. And mark them down up beyond the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Mason going to get it again on 1st down. And he'll be taken down as time runs out. And we've come to the end of the 1st. Offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. On the ground is Mason. And a very elusive run there. He winds up gaining about 9 yards. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 1.
39-yard line.
On the ground, it's Mason. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
2 yards on the play. And the Vikings 1st down.
On the ground, the goal for Rashad White, the back out of Arizona State. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
10 yards on the
So play caller's dream, 2nd and inches. Another run here with White. And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
He was taken down.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd.
And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down. Good start to this drive so far. Another 1st and 10. Now this time they'll look to throw. Oh, that one intercepted. Picked off by Will Johnson. And the Cardinals are going to take possession. Back onto the field for their next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's White. And he'll get about 5.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he'll take it on in. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, Vikings. Offensive unit as they get set to take over. And certainly some optimism that this is the end. This is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They are not home yet. They are in control here in the 4th. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. Swing this one out to White. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
The pressure going to cave in on him. He will go down. Ready for this next possession. The victories have been few and far between this year. They're closing in on a W here. The drive begins with a run by White. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 4. They'll go again with White. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A gain of 11 on that one. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
1st down, Vikings.
On 1st down, right back to White. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
10 yards.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
They've got the lead. They're in control. In no hurry to snap this. And they'll take the clock down to the 2-minute warning. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. A give, and here's White. And a strong 1st down run. A pickup of 9. Setting up 2nd and short.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll run over center with White. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. They'll get 19 out of that play. 1st down, Minnesota.
And the Vikings 1st down.
On the ground, this is White. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
13-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now the former Demon Deacon, Damon Claiborne. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
And it's 3rd down.
Once again, it is Claiborne. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute. For our visitors, the Vikings. They put together a complete football game.
It's a
I went deaf on it. Ever since you left me, more money, more cars, more shows. Ever since you left me, more diamonds, more gold, more motion, more. I went deaf on it.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL. Heading onto the field. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
First down, Vikings.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
Off the play fake, Johnson. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rush was right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit, but it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Show a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Looking to throw. Johnson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now. 1st and 10. Off play action. Johnson. And that's incomplete. The Vikings have 3 and 10 now on the year. And they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard. And they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Here for their 2nd drive of the game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
A gain of 7. First down, Minnesota.
Off the play fake, Johnson. And this is caught, Jennings. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Vikings.
Mason going to get it on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 49-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Johnson. Flush to his right. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
Their coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he will have a Vikings first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. And Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Operating from the gun, Johnson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Looking to throw. Johnson on the screen. This is Mason. Stays on his feet. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. They'll run for it with Mason. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the back. Again on offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Oh. Johnson now throwing to start the drive. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Kinchins. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory. Continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Johnson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game. But I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them. Maybe it'll slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Flushed out right. He's got Mason complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Back to throw. Johnson firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Escaping the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And that's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given them a lot to think about, a lot of different...
Minnesota. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Minnesota.
They'll run again with Mason. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
42-yard line.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
First down, Vikings.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Vikings first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
He was covered by Cameron Kinches.
Back to throw again. And he rifles one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Result of the play,
the Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. Vikings. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Pass complete to Addison. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Looking to throw. Johnson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's second and 10.
Brings up second and 10.
Back to throw. Johnson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
And it's third down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
A loss of 3 yards.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with... It's now heading out to take over. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
First down, Vikings.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Second down and 4. Looking to throw. Johnson can't get away, and he's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do.